Hey everyone, welcome to my new episode of Kate's Food Fiesta. Today I'm sharing with you one of my little, secret recipe, not really secret, it won't be anymore, but I can't take all the credit for this. I got a little bit of inspiration from a video I think I saw of Jamie Oliver doing some trio of roast potatoes. So these are my epic roast potatoes. There's only like 4 ingredients, really simple, takes a little bit of time to cook, but it's totally worth the wait. Okay, so here we have our ingredients. Obviously for our epic roast potatoes, we need potatoes. So you'll notice these are actually quite small potatoes. I've got little red skins on them. I do like to keep the skins on. They really bring a crispy, crunchy texture to the potatoes when they're roasted. But yeah, you want to keep them quite small. I've done it with larger potatoes. It never turns out quite as epic as it's supposed to. So I do recommend chat size or maybe a little bit larger than that. What we are going to do with these, here's one of the tricks, is that we actually boil these first. So these potatoes are roasted when they're already cooked. And that's what seems to give it this fluffy potato texture, and then the crunchy outer coating. It's really, really good. So so just remember the size of the potatoes. And then the things that we add onto them is we've just got some olive oil here. I find it works really well. You could change it up for some duck fat or something like that, goose fat potatoes perhaps, if you were going a bit fancy. But olive oil does do the trick. I really like it. I've also got here some herbs. So in this scenario, I'm just using some oregano, some dried oregano, something that I generally have in the cupboard. I'm sure a lot of people also do. You could use something like some fresh rosemary. You could also add something in there if you wanted to jazz it up a bit, maybe some lemon rind and a little bit of garlic or some whole garlic cloves or something like that. That would really infuse some nice flavour into it. And then also finally we've got our seasoning, which I always add into pretty much everything savoury. I've got my Celtic sea salt, which is that chunky rock salt. It's really nice with the potatoes, and then my cracked pepper, which of course I always add in. So yeah, we're going to get started by boiling these potatoes. I've just popped my potatoes into a saucepan. I've submerged them in water, so all the potatoes should be submerged in water. And we are then going to bring them to the boil and boil them for about 20 minutes. Okay, so potatoes are cooked. Now I've actually overcooked them a little bit, but in this case it really doesn't matter. So you can see as I tip them into a colander that we've got the potato skins are kind of loose on them. So I'm just getting most of the water out of there first, and then I'm going to pop them all in. And you'll see that they sort of break up. So we grab the colander and you just kind of smash the potatoes a little bit in there so they're quite cooked. Okay, and you can see there that they've sort of broken up already. And so now we're going to pop them into the tray, we're going to season them, and then we're going to stick them in the oven and get that crispiness sorted. Now it's time to put the potatoes together so they're cooked. Literally as soon as you drain them, let them dry out a little bit, and then we're going to stick them in the dish. So we need an oven safe dish. I've actually already put quite a bit of olive oil in the bottom of this dish. I'm hoping you can see that there. Now basically what we need to do is we need to coat the potatoes in the oil. So you want to have a fairly decent amount in here. I will put some measurements on the recipe when I post it. So I'm just going to literally, I'm going to do this face here, unfortunately you can't see it, but basically the potatoes are all coming out of here. Now these are quite cooked. I may have boiled them for a couple of minutes too long, but like I said, when it comes to these potatoes, it actually doesn't matter. Almost foolproof. Now, these potatoes now, basically we've got a few chunks that are whole potatoes, and then we've got those skins that are loose. And basically what you want to do is you just want to smash your potatoes a bit. So you get like a big spoon. This is out of a salad serving set. And you sort of give them a whack. Some of them won't cook. They sort of cook in different levels, which is a bit interesting. So this is really, it's almost like a smashed roast potato kind of thing in the tray. So literally that's what I've done there. I'm just going to make sure I get all that extra potato in there. This is going to have so many chunks of crispy goodness. Now we're going to go olive oil first. Now we drizzle this over. Again, you need quite a bit. This is not probably on the healthy scale of recipes that I've shared with you. But you want a little bit of olive oil in there because that sort of helps it crisp up. Then we've got our salt, so our Celtic sea salt. Now I find salt with potatoes is just like a bit of a match made in heaven. There's a few things that you have to have salt with, and potatoes is one of them. So I'm popping that on there. Again, remember this Celtic sea salt is not just salty. Don't be frightened by how much I'm putting on there, but you do it to your own taste. If you don't like salt at all, then you don't need to put it on there. I just find it really enhances the flavour. So salt, our cracked pepper again. And then last but not least, we're popping our herbs. Now again, remember I said you could do some fresh rosemary, which I've done. It's really lovely. And yeah, you just stick it on there. But you know, I've also done it without any herbs, and it's really just as good. So we are going to stick this in the oven at about 180 degrees for about 40 minutes, and then we turn the oven up to around 220, 230 for probably 10 to 15 minutes, because that last little bit of that intense heat is what really gives it that crispiness. Okay, so I have taken the potatoes out of the oven. I'm just going to tip that up like that. They're really hot. They're sizzling. I don't know whether you can hear that, probably not. These are crispy and crunchy. Probably can't hear that. These are going to be delicious now. I really want to eat some right now, but I'm not going to because I will definitely burn my mouth. So basically just going to let these sit, let them cool down for a little bit, and then they really are able to be served with anything. I did have a think while I was just waiting for those to cook, that I have made them also with some more spicy seasonings. So I did a sort of a bit of a Mexican flavour, I guess, with some smoked paprika and some cumin and things like that. And I made a little mix and sprinkled that over them before I cooked them up in this exact way. So there's, you know, you can sort of change it up and change your flavours up depending on what you're pairing it with. You could honestly even just have this with some, you know, some sour cream or something delicious like that. But anyway, I hope you really enjoy it. Thank you for joining me. Give this a try. It's pretty foolproof, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed.